Subscribe for daily quizzes and let me know how many you got correct today. Here's some profitability ratios trivia. What ratio measures net income against sales? Is it A, gross margin, B, profit margin, C, return on equity, or D, market share? The correct answer is B, profit margin. Which ratio indicates how efficiently assets generate profit? Is it A, return on assets, B, gross margin, C, debt to equity ratio, or D, net profit margin? The correct answer is A, return on assets. What metric shows returns relative to shareholder equity? Is it A, profit margin, B, total asset turnover, C, earnings per share, or D, return on equity? The correct answer is D, return on equity. Which measure assesses earnings before interest and tax? Is it A, operating cash flow, B, gross profit margin, C, EBIT margin, or D, net profit margin? The correct answer is C, EBIT margin. What is the formula to calculate net profit margin? Is it A, net income revenue, B, gross profit sales, C, operating income assets, or D, total revenue expenses? The correct answer is A, net income revenue. What ratio compares net income to total sales revenue? Is it A, operating margin, B, return on equity, C, gross margin, or D, net margin? The correct answer is D, net margin. What indicator reflects profits for each dollar of equity? Is it AROI, BROC, net profit margin, or DPS? The correct answer is B. What financial ratio is used to evaluate firm performance? Is it A, net asset value, B, price to earnings ratio, C, gross profit ratio, or D, operating profit margin? The correct answer is D, operating profit margin. Which measure indicates profit per share of equity? Is it A, return on investment, B, earnings per share, C, revenue growth, or D, profit margin? The correct answer is B, earnings per share. What ratio is vital for assessing corporate profitability? Is it A, current ratio, B, gross profit margin, C, net income, or D, return on capital employed? The correct answer is D, return on capital employed. What ratio evaluates profitability against total assets? Is it A, return on total assets, B, return on equity, C, gross profit margin, or D, earnings before tax? The correct answer is A, return on total assets. Which ratio focuses on revenues minus direct costs? Is it A, return on equity, B, operating margin, C, net profit, or D, gross margin? The correct answer is D, gross margin. What measures the share of profit in gross revenue? Is it A, cost structure, revenue growth, C, margin ratio, or D, profit share? The correct answer is D, profit share. Which term defines profit before taxes as a percentage? Is it A, net income, B, gross margin, C, pre-tax margin, or D, operating margin? The correct answer is C, pre-tax margin. Which profitability metric is key for investors? Is it A, return on assets, B, net income margin, C, quick ratio, or D, gross revenue? The correct answer is B, net income margin. What indicates effectiveness of sales in generating profit? Is it A, gross revenue, B, customer satisfaction, C, sales volume, or D, sales profit ratio? The correct answer is D, sales profit ratio. Which measure gauges operational efficiency over sales? Is it A, net profit margin, B, return on equity, C, operational efficiency ratio, or D, profit margin? The correct answer is C, operational efficiency ratio. What ratio indicates financial efficiency of assets? Is it A, profit margin, B, efficiency ratio, C, debt to equity ratio, or D, return on equity? The correct answer is B, efficiency ratio. Which ratio indicates income generated per unit of equity? Is it A, return on equity ratio, B, earnings per share, C, debt to equity, or D, net profit margin? The correct answer is A, return on equity ratio. Which term refers to income generated from core operations? Is it A, operating expenses, B, gross revenue, C, core profitability, or D, net loss? The correct answer is C, core profitability. What shows return generated from operational resources? Is it A, total assets, B, net profit, C, operating return, or D, revenue growth? The correct answer is C, operating return. Which calculation evaluates the profit share from revenues? Is it A, cost recovery, B, revenue growth, C, profit percentage, or D, gross margin? The correct answer is C, profit percentage. What emphasizes net profit as a function of sales revenue? Is it A, return on equity, B, net profit margin ratio, C, operating profit margin, or D, gross profit ratio? The correct answer is B, net profit margin ratio. Which profitability ratio is crucial for understanding cost structure? Is it A, return on equity, B, gross profit margin, C, net margin, or D, cost to revenue ratio? The correct answer is D, cost to revenue ratio. Which profitability metric assesses economic value added? Is it A, gross margin, B, ROI, C, ROA, or D, EVA? The correct answer is EVA. Which ratio compares income to the cost of goods sold? Is it A, net profit margin, B, markup ratio, C, gross profit ratio, or D, return on investment? The correct answer is C, gross profit ratio. What is the relationship between gross profit and revenue? Is it A, operating margin, B, gross profit percentage, C, net income ratio, or D, revenue growth rate? The correct answer is B, gross profit percentage. Which profitability measure indicates operational profitability? Is it A, operating profit rate, B, net profit margin, C, return on equity, or D, gross profit rate? The correct answer is A, operating profit rate. What is calculated as earnings divided by assets? Is it A, gross profit margin, B, debt to equity ratio, C, return on assets ratio, or D, return on equity? The correct answer is C, return on assets ratio. Which profitability measure gauges returns on total equity? Is it A, return on assets, B, earnings before interest, C, gross profit margin, or D, return on total equity? The correct answer is D, return on total equity. What is reflected when assessing financial results over time? Is it A, future earnings potential, B, asset valuation, C, revenue per quarter, or D, time-based profitability? The correct answer is D, time-based profitability. Which ratio is crucial for estimating profitability trends? Is it A, debt to equity ratio, B, profit margin ratio, C, return on equity, or D, trend analysis ratio? The correct answer is D, trend analysis ratio. Thanks for watching. Comment with how many questions you got correct. Should we make the next video have easier or harder problems? Was the difficulty just right? Do you have suggestions for future trivia topics? Don't forget to drop a like and sub if you enjoyed the video.